So, how is everybody?
Horrible.
Horrible?
Good.
That's not good. Why horrible?
I will tell you.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Dorian. I am sorry to hear that. Well, I will try to not make any more work for you this week. This week, I'm going to go over, first of all, a review for your exam that's due before the end of the semester. Then I'm going to go over edits that I want you to make to your LinkedIn profiles before the end of the semester, and then we'll talk about follow-up homework that I want you to do for your professional development plans before the end of the semester, and that'll be this week's focus. So, starting with the review for the test. The test is on Blackboard. You can take it pretty much anytime you want. You're going to want to watch all of the webinars before you take the test, and browse through the PowerPoint slides from my lectures as well. You might even want to have those handy while you're taking the test. It's open book, open notes, so you're welcome to look at the webinars or look at the PowerPoint slides while you're filling out the exam. Yes, Derica.
Are you recording?
Yes, I'm recording right now. It's not on there's nothing up there right now, but I'm recording my voice, and eventually when we do the LinkedIn stuff, I'll be recording the screen too. Yes, Dorian.
Are we going to be timed?
Yes, it is. How long is it again? I forget.
You know, 3 hours? Is it the same one from last time? 3 hours?
What's that?
Is it the same one from last time?
Yeah. Was it 3 hours?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it's 3 hours. So once you start, you have to finish it in 3 hours.
It doesn't take that long to go, right?
No, shouldn't. No, you got more time than you need. So topic-wise, what's going to be on the exam? There's a question about image files for Photoshop. There's a question about organizing tools for Photoshop. There's a question about the major elements of Wix. There's a question about information you need from your web hosting company in order to publish to the web. There's a question about image files and how to size them right for Dreamweaver. There's a question about the include dependent files option on Dreamweaver and what that means. There's a question about the data resources that you use for consumer-focused market sizing. There's also a question about the data sources that you use for business-to-business market sizing. There's a question about some of the terminology that you use in searches for the patent office. There's a question about information that you can find about a competitor using ProQuest or Experian. What's that? Yeah, there's a question about types of information you can find on competitors by using ProQuest or Experian. There's a question about the types of websites that can give you good information for competitor searches. There's a question about the types of research or the types of information you can glean from a first research industry profile report. There's a question about major search steps to go through when you're doing a best practices search in Google. There's a question about the webinar on grant funding in general and some of the major concepts in that webinar. There's a question about some of the websites that are good for equity funding research. There's a question about what databases to use for patent and trademark searches. Yeah, there's a question about what databases to use for patent and trademark searches. There's a question about the 7 major elements of a customer vignette. There's a question about the major facets of a guerrilla marketing campaign. Yes, there's a question about the major facets of a guerrilla marketing campaign. There's a question about important factors to consider when creating a market positioning map. And there's a question about the major types of financial ratios and why each of them are important. Huh? And that's it. 20 questions, 3 hours, online. Short answer. Yes? The major types of financial ratios and what each one is important for. Yes, Lise. Huh? 4 and 5? Sure. Let me go back. Information you need from your web hosting company in order to publish to the web. And how to size files right and save them correctly for Dreamweaver web templates. What's that?
How to size what?
How to size image files and how to save them correctly for Dreamweaver web page templates. Other questions about the test review? Okay. Huh? The 6th one, yes. It's a question about what happens when you use the include dependent files function in Dreamweaver.
You include what?
Include dependent files. Other questions? Huh? The one right after that was data resources that you use for consumer-focused market sizing. Huh? Yeah, data. It's a question about the data resources you use for consumer-focused market sizing. Other questions?
The first one.
The very first one that I went through? Okay, Nick. That is sources for image files for Photoshop. And I've been recording all this too, so you can go back to the podcast as well.
Oh,
Other questions? Okay, so we'll move on from that to LinkedIn. Oh, come on. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. That is a problem. I wonder if I can do this. Okay. So, there's a couple of main elements that I want you to have in your LinkedIn profile. I'm going to use one as an example here from a student from last semester who had everything I want. Valente here. First of all, you need to have a picture of some kind. Now, if for whatever reason you don't want to put a picture of your face, which I recommend you do, put an image, some kind of logo or picture of a cartoon or whatever. Put something there. You can't have no picture. Okay, so you need to have a picture. You need to have a summary section right here, talking about what type of professional you are and how many years of experience you have, and anything else you want to mention in your summary section. You need to have work experience with deliverable accomplishments. So, together with host teacher, was responsible for upwards of 50 students. So, that has a concrete number, 50 students. It's not just responsible for teaching students. It's got concrete numbers attached to it. So job descriptions with concrete numbers. You'll see here each of the job descriptions, 5 individuals in the crew, 4 different restroom facilities, $5,000 worth of equipment. Or in the vector marketing sales representative, 15 individuals responsible for $10,000 in sales, personal sales average, 400 per customer visit session. Yes, please. Put down student. Your job for the last 4 years has been being a student. Okay? So put down student and then describe some of the main projects that you've done as a student or courses that you've taken. Okay? In addition to the professional experience section, you need to have education section. And then you need to have projects listing things that you've done during your time at CSUB. So this international strategy presentation is basically a senior seminar project. This project here is a project that was done in this class last semester. And the Smart Irrigation project was a class that was done in my entrepreneurship class last semester. Yes, Lise? Huh? Yes, so talk about it in experience and then talk about it again down in projects. Yes?
I have a question. So, like, for, let's say, the senior STEM class,
Uh-huh.
can I put the case analysis even though we're not done anything?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's exactly what I want you to do. And those are the main elements that I want you to have to your profile. Each profile needs to have those or you're not going to get full points. So if I now shift gears a bit, I'm going to go through and actually pull up the profiles of folks in here to give more examples. So Alfonso, you need a picture? You need a summary section? I need deliverable numbers for so how many banquet services, how many events, how many customers or visitors per event. And then give me some projects that you've done while you've been here at Cal State. Okay? Deborah, need a summary section? I want descriptions of what you've actually done with deliverable accomplishments in the experience section. And I like the fact that you listed your courses. I want projects too. Okay? Lise, picture, summary section, experience, and projects. Okay? Derek, I want more deliverable numbers. Okay? And I want projects. Okay? Jose, I want an experience section, and if you don't have any work experience, like I said for Lise, just put student, okay, and list some of the projects you've worked on as a student. And I want projects down at the bottom. Abdul Rahman, I want an experience section with your work experience and deliverable accomplishments. Okay? And more projects. You got Baywatch in there, but I want the project in this class and a couple other classes too. Okay? Fahad, you need a summary section at the beginning. You need experience section with deliverable accomplishments. And you need projects down at the bottom. Okay? Nick, you need a summary section. You need description of your experience with deliverable accomplishments, numbers. And you need projects down at the bottom. Okay? Faisal, you need descriptions of your experience with deliverable accomplishments. And you need projects down at the bottom. Okay? Michelle, you need a summary section. I want numbers. So, how many people did you assist when you were a cashier? How much money per day, more or less, went through the register? What was the value of the inventory that you stocked? Stuff like that. Okay? And I want projects down at the bottom. What's that? You need a picture? Descriptions with deliverable accomplishments for your experience. And projects down at the bottom. Okay? Luis?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Have you created a profile?
Yeah.
Have you connected to me?
Yeah.
Ah, there. So you need everything, man. You need a picture, you need a summary section, you need an experience section with deliverable accomplishments described, you need a section for your education with CSUB, and you need projects at the bottom. Okay? Jacqueline, you need a summary section. You need experience with descriptions of deliverable accomplishments. And you need projects down at the bottom. Okay? Aribe, you need experience section with descriptions of deliverable accomplishments. And projects down at the bottom. Okay? Sharitha, you need a summary section. Experience looks great. That's a nice numbers there that you've included there. But do it for the other jobs too, okay? And then give me projects down at the bottom. Cirillo, you need a picture. You need a summary section. You need experience section with descriptions and deliverable accomplishments. And nice that you've included your courses. I want projects as well. Okay? Is it Myra? Okay. You are one of the few people that I don't have a picture for. I don't have a picture for you, so. No, not up here. Like on my list here of everybody in the class, I don't have your pictures, so I thought that was you. Okay, cool. So you need a summary section. You need an experience section with deliverable accomplishments. And projects down at the bottom, okay? It's Rashad, right? That's what I thought. So you need a summary section. You need an experience section with deliverable accomplishments and descriptions. And projects down at the bottom. Abdullah, you need a picture? Summary section, experience section with deliverable accomplishments, and projects down at the bottom. Okay? Is it Hojan instead of Johnny in here? There we go. So you need a summary section. You need to put descriptions with your experience and include deliverable accomplishments. And projects down at the bottom. Dorian, I love the first description. Could you put some numbers with the second description?
They have to be accurate.
Ballpark.
Oh,
Just ballpark.
that's pretty good.
Okay. And projects down at the bottom.
All right.
And Gustavo. Experience looks good. You just need projects, okay? Cool. And then finally, actually, I think I need to send you guys your my markups on your professional development plans. So let's leave that until Wednesday, and we'll talk about that at first thing on Wednesday. So we'll call it a day for now. See you guys on Wednesday.